Welcome to this episode of the story. Have you subscribed yet? Chapter 93, The Battle at the Core and the Reversal of the Battle Situation. The spiritual abyss, myriad phenomena, annihilation, purifying light that Sumu unleashed with all his might clashed fiercely with the dark aura around the black crystal. The purifying light, carrying pure and powerful spiritual power, attempted to penetrate the numerous layers of defense of the dark aura and strike directly at the core of the black crystal. The dark aura, like a cornered beast, twisted and coiled wildly, doing everything in its power to resist the invasion of the purifying light. In this underground space, light and darkness intertwined and collided, erupting with intense spiritual power fluctuations. Sumu could feel that this dark force was extremely tenacious. The black crystals seemed to be an endless source of darkness, continuously spewing out dark aura, trying to devour the purifying light. But Sumu showed no sign of retreat. He gritted his teeth and continuously increased the output of his spiritual power. "I will definitely destroy you and break this damned situation," Sumu roared, his eyes shining with a determined light. His body trembled slightly, his forehead was covered with sweat, and all the spiritual power in his body was mobilized, continuously pouring into the purifying light. As more spiritual power was injected, the purifying light became even more dazzling and gradually began to suppress the dark aura. The black crystals seemed to sense the crisis. The runes on its surface flickered more violently. Driven by the runes, the dark aura condensed into black blades that shot towards Sumu. Sumu quickly used the spiritual abyss guardian starlight, and a brilliant star-like shield instantly appeared, blocking the black blades one by one. The black blades struck the shield, splashing black sparks, but the shield remained as solid as a rock. Taking advantage of the moment when the dark aura condensed into blades, Sumu suddenly took a step forward, quickly formed seals with both hands, and pushed the power of the purifying light to its limit. Spiritual abyss, myriad phenomena, annihilation, purifying light, break for me, Sumu shouted, and the purifying light, like a huge blade, finally penetrated the defense of the dark aura and hit the black crystal. Boom! A loud noise erupted. The black crystal trembled violently, and cracks appeared on its surface. The dark aura instantly became chaotic, and was no longer able to resist the attack in an orderly manner as before. Sumu was overjoyed, knowing that victory was in sight. He gathered his spiritual power again, preparing to deliver the final blow to the black crystal. On the ground, the illusory figure led the cultivators of Linksea Town in a life-and-death battle against the Dark Coalition army. The illusory figure radiated a powerful light all over his body. He unleashed various exquisite spiritual power moves, each containing boundless wisdom and power. He was like a solid defense line, protecting the people of Linksea Town. "Everyone, hold on. Sumu is working hard below. We must persevere," the illusory figure shouted loudly. At the same time, spiritual power surged in his hands, and he used the spiritual fantasy sky, slashing, a huge spiritual power sword key slashing towards the Dark Coalition army. Where the sword key passed, the Dark Coalition army scattered in all directions, and their formation was thrown into chaos for a moment. Inspired by the illusory figure, the morale of the cultivators of Linksea Town was greatly boosted. They cooperated closely and brought the power of the spiritual fantasy star array into full play. The star, like spiritual power shield, not only withstood wave after wave of attacks from the Dark Coalition army, but also launched counter-attacks from time to time. Streams of spiritual power beams shot out from the shield, hitting the Dark Coalition army and causing shrill cries. However, the Dark Coalition army, with the blessing of the mysterious dark force, was also a formidable opponent. They quickly stabilized their formation and launched even more intense attacks.
Although the leader of the Dark Coalition army was injured before, his Shangshi had improved under the effect of the mysterious force at this moment. Filled with anger, he personally commanded the attack, trying to break through the defense of the people of Linksea Town as soon as possible. Attack with all your might. Don't let anyone go. Once we deal with them, the eye of the spiritual abyss will be ours. The leader of the Dark Coalition army roared. waving a black spiritual power long sword in his hand and leading the Dark Coalition army to charge frantically towards the people of Lingxi Town. The two sides were in a stalemate. Every collision of spiritual power was accompanied by a huge rumble. The battlefield was shrouded in light and darkness. Although the cultivators of Lingxi Town resisted tenaciously, they gradually showed signs of fatigue under the crazy attacks of the Dark Coalition army. More and more cracks appeared on the shield of the spiritual fantasy star array, and it was on the verge of breaking at any moment. At this critical moment, a loud noise came from underground, and a powerful, purifying force shot into the sky, enveloping the Dark Coalition army. It turned out that Sumo had successfully destroyed the Black Crystal. With the shattering of the Black Crystal, the mysterious dark force dissipated instantly. The Dark Coalition army, losing the blessing of the power, was immediately thrown into chaos. Sumo has succeeded? Everyone, counter! Attack now! The illusory figure keenly sensed this change and shouted loudly. The cultivators of Lingxi Town were invigorated. They seized this excellent opportunity and launched a full-scale counterattack. Sumo quickly returned to the ground from underground. His body radiated a powerful spiritual power light, and his eyes were filled with fighting spirit. Now, it's time for us to counter. Attack! Sumo shouted, unleashing the spiritual abyss reverse, Time Storm. The reverse, time spiritual power and the power of the eye of the spiritual abyss merged, forming a powerful storm that swept towards the Dark Coalition army. Under the impact of the storm, the Dark Coalition army fell to the ground one after another. Their spiritual power shields were easily torn apart, and their bodies were affected by the reverse, time power in the storm, resulting in various strange situations. Some people's bodies aged instantly, while others became sluggish in their movements. Led by Sumo and the illusory figure, the cultivators of Lingxi Town unleashed various powerful spiritual power moves and launched a final blow to the Dark Coalition army. Seeing that the situation was hopeless, the leader of the Dark Coalition army was filled with unwillingness. He knew that this plan had completely failed. Retreat! Let's go! The leader of the Dark Coalition army reluctantly gave the order to retreat, and the Dark Coalition army fled the battlefield like a pack of defeated dogs. The people of Lingxi Town looked at the departing backs of the Dark Coalition army and cheered. They had finally won this difficult battle. Sumo looked at everyone and showed a relieved smile, but he knew that the war was not over yet. The mysterious force and that unknown power were still huge threats. Everyone, don't let your guard down. Although we repelled the Dark Coalition army this time, the enemy surely won't give up. We need to recover our strength as soon as possible and continue to strengthen our defenses, Sumo said. Everyone nodded and began to clean up the battlefield and rescue the injured companions. In the following days, Lingxi Town fell into a brief period of peace. Sumo and the people of Lingxi Town took advantage of this time to strive to recover the consumed spiritual power and further improve their strength. Sumo delved deeper into the power of the eye of the spiritual abyss and found that it seemed to hide even deeper mysteries waiting for him to uncover. The elusive figure was always by Sumu's side, providing him with guidance and help. Sumu, the power of the eye of the spiritual abyss, is infinite. What you've mastered so far is just the tip of the iceberg. Next, I'll take you to a mysterious place. Perhaps there you can further understand the power of the eye of the spiritual abyss, the illusory figure said. After hearing this, Sumo was filled with anticipation. Xingya, I'm ready. No matter what difficulties lie ahead, I want to become stronger, protect the eye of the spiritual abyss, and safeguard the spirit fantasy realm, Sumu said firmly. So, led by the illusory figure, Sumo left Lingxi Town and embarked on a new journey. They passed through a dense forest, crossed steep mountains, and came to the front of a mysterious valley. A faint purple mist filled the valley, and a mysterious spiritual power fluctuation faintly emanated from the mist. This is the mysterious place. It is said that ancient spiritual power mysteries are hidden here, which are intricately connected to the eye of the spiritual abyss. But this place is also full of dangers. You must be careful, the illusory figure warned. Sumo took a deep breath and nodded. He followed the illusory figure and cautiously entered the valley. As soon as he stepped into the valley, a powerful spiritual power pressure pressure rushed towards him. He circulated the reverse: time, spiritual power, spiritual, spring, spiritual power, space, spiritual power, and the power of the eye of the spiritual abyss. Trying to resist this pressure, in the valley, they discovered an ancient ruin. The walls of the ruin were engraved with various strange runes and patterns, as if telling an ancient history. Sumo carefully observed these runes and patterns, trying to find clues related to the eye of the spiritual abyss. However, at this moment, a low growl suddenly came from the ruin. A huge, mysterious spirit beast slowly walked out from the depths of the ruin. Its body was radiating a purple light, and its eyes, shining with vigilant and fierce lights, stared fixedly at Sumu and the illusory figure. What kind of attack will this mysterious spirit beast launch against Sumo and the illusory figure? Can Sumu further understand the power of the eye of the spiritual abyss in this mysterious place and get ready to face the upcoming crises? Everything is full of unknowns, making people eager to know the subsequent development. The story continues. More exciting content is coming up. Subscribe as soon as possible.